Las Vegas. Among the 50 largest cities in the United States, the Las Vegas metropolitan area ranks first among most severe affordable housing shortages. According to the national report from the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, Las Vegas had 13 affordable housing units available for every 100 extremely low-income household renters who needed them. Welcome in, folks. This is Dan French with the Sound Off, and I want to talk today about a very interesting article that came out about lower income wage earners being pushed out of the rental sector or rental market here in Las Vegas. And what is Las Vegas going to do about it? Well, you look at where are they going or what are they doing to survive at this point if they can't find a place to rent? So as the housing market goes, the low supply of homes to buy, so does the rental sector. There's low homes to rent, and the rents on a year average, year over year, is 20% increase. So these lower income wage earners, which Las Vegas ranks as one of the highest in the country with lower income wages and lower income wage earners per household. So where do they go? Well, they're starting to move in with other families and figure out how to stretch the dollar as far as they can because we know inflation is so high right now. And so I think of Las Vegas as the entertainment capital of the world. But you look at other places like Dubai. Will Las Vegas become like Dubai, where affordable housing is gone altogether and only the elite will be able to buy homes and live here in Las Vegas at the pace we're going right now? So in this video, I want to talk about what's happening here in Las Vegas with the lower income wage earners. How are they going to survive? And what is Las Vegas going to do about this affordable housing program? Let's get right into this video. All right, guys, I just want to let you guys know this is a Everything Las Vegas channel. And if you guys don't know by now, I'm a real estate agent and lender out here in Las Vegas. So if you need some support, I'm here. I'll roll up my sleeves. I'd love to earn your business. So let's talk about this rental market here in Las Vegas and where it's at. A lot of these renters are feeling like it's a slap in the face. They're getting beat out. There's a shortage of homes, and everybody out there that does have a home that's renting currently is in threat of losing that house to somebody that may want to buy the home. The landlord may come out and say, hey, let's put this house on the market just because you're getting such a return on investment. A lot of these builders out here are buying up all the land. And so that affordable housing that everybody knew about Las Vegas, let's say, 10, 15 years ago, where, person that's coming in here with the lower income wages, they could survive in this market, and they did very well. I mean, it was not a problem. And now we're starting to see it become a huge problem. We talk about it all the time in this video. There's a huge separation between, the elite or upper middle class of people that have excess of money or liquid assets to either put down on a home or reserves, where the lower income wage earners are really suffering, and they're really getting a slap in the face like, hey, where do I go? What do I do in this market? Well, you either, work it out and try to live with a family, or find some type of affordable housing, or guess what? You're just pushed out of Las Vegas altogether. And that's what everybody's talking about right now. Is there's a lot of people that feel that Las Vegas is changing, and it's changing for the worse, not for the better. Okay, so in response to this, the Clark County in April announced $160 million for new community housing fund to support affordable housing development, 85,000 affordable homes for extremely low income renters here in Las Vegas. And so you look at a lot of these renters and they're saying, well, that's great, but what do we do today, right? How long is this process going to take? And do you qualify? How do you qualify? And where is these vouchers? I know Las Vegas, Clark County raised $306 million to start this affordable housing program, the CARES Act. These things are after COVID. This is to help lower income wage household incomes. And where is it at, right? So where do these people go? Do they just push themselves, or are they pushed out of Las Vegas? Do they go to another state? I know a lot of people that are in this situation that they've had rent and they've been renters for a long period of time. Rent is going up, so they want to leave that spot. Maybe it's $200 or $300 more than they are used to paying. You have tight budgets right now on inflation. Where do you go? And what process do you take to get into another house? So this affordable housing process is great that it's in the works, but a lot of these renters are struggling not just with making it, but saying, okay, what do we do today? How do we wait if it's 2 or 3 years? How do we survive to that point? And so you're starting to see families either live with other family members or, shacking up together with families all together just to survive. It's not a crisis, but you have to look, 20% of our population is in that position. So we have to take notice of this. And could this become a worse problem here in Las Vegas? And that difference, right? That difference in household income, wage earnings makes a big deal, especially if you're that upper tier. If you got reserves or you got liquidity, you have a big advantage over somebody that has a lower income wage earning household. And where people are losing is if you're already a Las Vegan or living here in Las Vegas, the cash rich people that are coming outside, which look, we all love these people. It's driving our market. It's just driving it so fast. There's such a need to get out of these states because of maybe inflation. Maybe they have a ton of equity and they want to roll it over and, have a better home to buy, right? Whatever it is, but it's really hurting Las Vegans here that's already been living here. So if you look at the average home today, which is the starting price point of $460,000, a lot of people can't afford that. That's a mortgage payment if you're just putting your minimum amount down of probably around $3,000 a month. And so you look at, okay, well, what is the options? Is it going to keep going up here in Las Vegas? Will rents follow? Well, rents always follow the housing market. So maybe interest rates slow this thing down, but the crisis of where we're at today could be a crisis for others in the future. Because if you look at, okay, well, yes, upper middle class, higher wage income households are okay today, and they maybe have had saved and maybe they were a little bit smarter with their money. But if things keep getting stretched and markets keep going up, could we see that this housing market is just too far too gone? Like I said, where the elite, just like in these other countries and these other places where only the elite will be able to live in a city like Las Vegas, and if you can't afford it, then you're either going to have to live in a small apartment complex. You're not going to be able to afford a house anymore, or you're just going to be a renter for life. And I think that's what a lot of people are worried about, because yes, that's only 20% of our sector with those lower income wage earners. What if that increases, where now in that category, now it's 50%, and the upper middle class is now being pushed out? The ones that do have the liquidity today, it just seems like it's going so fast, so quick. Hopefully interest rates slow this thing down, but we need more supply of homes, and we also need to have the ability for wages to increase here in Las Vegas to support that increase in housing and the increase in overall inflation and cost of living in today's world. This is Dan French with The Sound Off. Please leave a comment, like the channel. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. I'll see you guys at the next one.